Okay, so what I was gonna do today was gonna be a cover song, but that's not gonna happen today because I don't have the right equipment. In terms of like, I've got musical equipment, but I don't have recording equipment. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about the stuff that I do have. So let's start off with the guitars that I've got. I have got an Ibanez bass guitar with an active pickup. I've had it for about 10 years. No, longer than that. Let's say 15 years. Because I definitely had it when I was in secondary school, which was more than 15 years ago, to put it like that. Yeah, a long time. But one of the other guitars I've got is a Hartka bass guitar, and I've had that since I was 12. It was a basic starter kit thing, where I had the bass guitar, a very simple cover for it, and I think it was a 10 or 15 watt amp, which died after a few years. But that lasted me throughout most of secondary school. The Ibanez bass guitar has got a chip on its paintwork, right on the top of the head, and that's because my guitar teacher had actually dropped it on my first lesson, which I only had 2 of. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got 2 bass guitars, an Ibanez active pickup bass guitar, and a Hartka beginner bass. I do have a few guitars as well. I've got a Yamaha electric guitar. I don't know the model of it. I bought it off my ex. And it doesn't work. Like, I can play it without plugging it in, but when I plug it in, it doesn't work. There's something wrong with the wiring inside of it. I don't know. I'm not well versed in the inner wirings of guitars. So yeah. I do have another electric guitar, which doesn't have a cover. Is this one, which is a CB Sky. It was a very cheap one from Asda, that someone had bought me. Someone bought me that for my birthday about 10 years ago. Yeah. And that brings me on to the oldest guitar that I've got, which is an acoustic guitar. It is older than me, and it's a Grandessa. So it's a Grandessa acoustic guitar. The where the strings go is starting to come up a bit, which shows its age, but it still plays really nicely. So that's the guitars. Let's go on to the amp that I've got, and I've only got one amp. I've got a Fender Rumble 25, which does work for both my working electric guitar and my bass guitars, and it's got volume control. It's got a built-in overdrive, which sounds interesting, to say the least. And it's got bass, middle, and treble things that you can change. You can have it play music with an aux in. It's got headphones jack as well, and it's even got a contour button. And with my bass guitar, it doesn't really sound that different. But that's probably because the active pickup for my Ibanez does something. I don't know really what. I don't really know what the contour button does, but yeah, that's the amp that I've got, and it lives under my desk. I've got a bass overdrive pedal, if you can see that, and I've lost the power adapter for it, but it does have a battery in it, so that's good. So yeah, I don't really use it that much, because when would I actually use a bass overdrive pedal for? So you're probably, so any kind of musician people that are out there watching this, you're probably thinking that I'm not a very good musician at all. You're probably right, because I can play guitars and bass guitars, but I'm not very good. Yeah. And I've also got a Korg G3 pedal, which is for guitars. I do have the power adapter for it, so that's good. And my brother-in-law, who is a professional musician, gave it to me because he's got the slightly more updated version of it, because according to my brother-in-law, this is about 40 years old. I don't know. It probably is. It probably isn't. I don't know. So I'm just going to have to trust my brother-in-law in that. So out of all of the stuff that I've got, I probably only use my bass guitar and my amp, and maybe the acoustic occasionally. Yeah, I was gonna try to do a cover song today, but out of the things that I've got to record on, I've only got my phone, which is on my computer screen at the moment. I don't have any mics, and I've got no other kinds of equipment. I've got no music software on my computer. If you can suggest any any stuff that I might find useful, because I want to do at least a cover song every month, which is gonna take a while. So if you can suggest any kind of microphones, music software that is free, preferably, and where I can get my my favourite electric guitar that actually is in tune most of the time, fixed as well, then I would be really grateful. So lots of and othering in this video. I'll have to say goodbye.